Hey everyone, it's Alicia with Twisted Tarot, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. This reading today is going to be what do you need to know during quarantine? What do you need to focus on during this time of self-reflection and being at home? So we have 4 piles here today. I'll show you them in just a minute, and you can make your selections. I want to thank everybody for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations, your personal readings. You guys are magnificent, and I am so lucky to. I realized that piece was stuck to that. So lucky to have amazing viewers like you, and it's keeping me afloat during this time. So thank you guys so much for this, and for supporting my channel and for being, a light in the dark, and showing the way for everyone else, and kind of spreading the messages that I give you, and following spirit and things like that. So it's very wonderful, and I'm very, 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 very blessed to have an amazing channel. So thank you guys so much. We've grown a lot. About 2,700 subscribers now, so that's really beautiful. So thank you guys again. Remember, it is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, you can try picking a different pile. Sometimes each pile has a message, so if you're drawn to more than one, go ahead and pick more than one. You can be drawn to it in any way, shape, or form. It does not matter how you pick it, whether it's the object on top, the way the cards look, the zodiac signs on my mat. It is whatever pile you are drawn to. So if you need to, you can close your eyes and meditate on, being open to the messages, and open your eyes and see what pile you're drawn to. That's also another way of picking a card. If you're having an issue, you can also use just the time and the timestamps if that works for you. If you're having trouble with the rest with picking a pile, so pick a piles on my channel. That's how they work. What else? Let's see. So it is general again. It's not going to resonate with everybody. There's a lot of subscribers here, so there's a lot of messages to get out, and sometimes I guess it's not reverse the messages this time, because they're for you specifically as well. But if you are in a soulmate or twin flame dynamic, please know that that could also apply to what your soulmate or what your twin needs to work on as well. So keep that in mind. What else? I'm an intuitive tarot card reader. So what that means is if you see a tarot card, a traditional tarot, and I say something different, just know that that is my channeling from spirit, or a card that you're like, it's so good. Why did you say something like that? It's because of the feeling behind it. It's the clairsentient that I have that helps me feel further beyond the card, like the person behind the card, the people behind the cards, things like that. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and chime my chime, and we'll get right into it, and we'll get your messages. And what I like to do is I chime the chime, breathe in, hold for 4, breathe out. This works good for anxiety, but it also is and letting spirit know that we're ready for all of the messages that they have for us. Okay, all right, so let's see what we need to know during quarantine. We have 4 piles here. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, get them all together a little bit more so you can see them. Yes, I record on a laptop, so that is why. Ooh, that was weird. I don't know if you guys just saw that. That just, the light changed a little bit. Very interesting. Okay, so pile number 1 is this beautiful worry stone. It's my son's. It's blue. I don't quite know if that's lapis lazuli possibly, but please don't quote me on that. I have no idea. Okay. Then we have this shell, this beautiful purple shell. It's purple and white. It's really, really, really beautiful. Okay, then we have this other kind of worry stone. It is a goldstone, and it's got, I believe, a panther or a cougar on there, something along those lines. Okay, so that's pile number 3. Pile Pile number 4 is this beautiful pink shell. Pink and white shell. Alright. Okay, so I'll give you a second to make your choices, and then we will get right into the messages. If you need to, you can pause the video and make your selection. Alright, so we're going to start with pile number 1. Let's see what pile number 1 has for us. Okay. Alright, and I'm flipping it around because I flipped it so it was to you guys. So these, I'm going to do that as well here when I put them away over here till we're ready. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you chose pile number 1, this worry stone, the blue and white worry stone, let's see what you need to focus on during quarantine. And yeah, I know you guys can't see all of these cards, and that is okay. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit, and also I show each one as I go. And as most of you know on my channel, how I channel is through sometimes reading the messages out of the book, especially if it's a new deck. Wow, this is beautiful. Such a pretty reading so far, you guys. Okay, all right, and I already know that I need to grab my phone, so give me just a second. I'm going to stop the video because I have the booklet for these 2 decks on my phone, so I'll be right back. Okay, okay, so pile number 1. What should you be focusing on currently during the quarantine? Right now, we've got a couple different cards that talk about just like enjoying your life, enjoying the beauty, indulging a little. So there's this pleasure right here, number 10. So, and also number 1. So there's, you know, this woman has like a drink in her hand, and she just kind of, you know, has her eyes closed. She's kind of enjoying things. Maybe music is going to be something you could sit and listen to music, have a few drinks, you know, just kind of enjoy yourself, kind of indulge right now, just focusing on pleasure. Very root chakra. All 3 cards that came out for you were all root chakra related. So we have sexuality here, number 13, and that boils down to the number 4. Okay, so it talks about openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. So currently that may be where you could focus on currently, you know, if you're in a relationship or however. It doesn't even matter if you're not in a relationship, but you may be having some desires for this pleasure, for this passion, for this fulfillment right here, because we also have desires next to that. Okay, so very raw energy here, very sexual energy, so very much getting into that energy of wanting to wanting that, needing that possibly. And Spirit's like, okay, yeah, we do acknowledge that, and it goes 12 and 13 here. So it kind of goes in order. So they go along with each other with these two cards here. And this is number 3, which is about body, mind, and soul. Focusing on your goals right now is going to be big as well. Now, I'm not saying like go and, get yourself the Rona while you're, with your person, but, obviously if you live with them, your husband, boyfriend, whatever, etc., you guys are, it's probably what the, Spirit's like, okay, well, focus on that. Like, that's probably a lot of what people are doing right now, during this, time of quarantine. So it makes sense. So Spirit is not mad at you. They're like, all right, okay, yeah, we see you, no big deal. Okay. So they're like, okay, yeah, here's your, focusing on your goals, your passion, this pleasure, and feeling good. And then we have tranquility here. So taking baths, possibly. It's very watery energy here in this reading. So very emotional. It says, make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude. Yeah, enjoying the solitude. Indulge in some much needed self-care. So whatever that is to you, like paint your nails or, no matter what gender you are, it's like, taking that bath, drinking that drink, chilling, by the fire, just enjoying your own company, right now. And then we have another number 3, so 333 may mean something to you. And we have behind a mask here. Okay, so you may at this time have felt like your intentions within like yourself were always kind of hidden, and now you're kind of maybe peeling back the layers and realizing that you don't have to wear these masks, and you may be kind of dressing up at this time, like putting on, we all have to wear masks anyways, at this point we've been asked to do so if we have them when we're out and about. So you may be looking at buying masks, like what they look like, kind of dressing it up or having something cute. And if you're looking for masks, I have a printer down below who has masks available. I'm going to put the link down below, so that is something that you can purchase as well. Helping small businesses right now is really important. So this is also not just an ego mask, okay? So maybe kind of realizing how beautiful you are, or seeing yourself in a new light, or realizing you don't have to wear those masks, okay, that we wear every day, when we, in different relationships with different people, in different capacities, like with jobs and things like that. So that's really interesting here for that. I'm going to read from the book. This is the Quantum Oracle deck, and this is the guidebook. So let's see what they have to say about intention, this intention here. So let's see. Behind a mask. Choosing self-acceptance. Yeah, okay. A woman wears an elegant mask that covers the top half of her face. Well, of course, that's when we're trying to hide our true selves. But, of course, our masks now are going to be the bottom. So it's kind of like moving the mask down. It hides her identity beautifully. Even her friends won't be able to recognize her. This card reveals an important conflict in your intentions. You have times when your view of yourself is so depleted you believe you must hide who you are and pretend to be someone you're not. Ooh. This gets you into a whole lot of mental messes. You compare yourself to others, always competing and often losing in your own mind. Your perfectionism can create performance anxiety and cause you to worry about what others think. Worst of all, this ongoing current of self-judgment becomes a raging energetic river that pushes your goals away. It's absolutely impossible to attract your real desires if you never allow yourself to be the real you. That's beautiful. Yes, that's very true. And everybody does this. It is not a judgment. It is just what the cards are saying. So what they're saying is that as long as we're wearing masks and we're trying to attract and manifest certain things into our lives, we're only going to be attracting the same. So people who wear masks, or those that lack good intentions for us, or we can't tell if their intentions are good because we are not being authentic and true to ourselves, and we may be may be using self-judgment, and Spirit saying take off those masks. Now's the time to love yourself without judgment, okay, and loving others without judgment. And if you want to attract your real desires, you have to be the real you in order to do so. This card is telling you that you can and must shed this false condemnation of yourself, no matter how deep this pattern is. Your value comes from your eternal truth, not the other's input. From others' input, yeah. So choose to relax and let the mask go. Yeah, this tranquility is all about relaxing. We got that twice, okay? So being unauthentically you. You're not wearing makeup. You're wearing pajamas. Who cares? You're still beautiful. You're still wonderful. When you accept yourself as you are, no matter what anyone else may think, you will feel completely liberated. Perhaps for the first time in your life. Wow, that's beautiful. And we have two cards that talk about this. We have a unicorn here right next to that. And it talks about intention. So this was number 3 for intention here for behind the mask at the top. And then unicorn talks about intention. You are a unicorn. It says use your intention to make beneficial changes. Yeah. So if there's something you don't like about the way you see yourself, that's something you either change or accept. Okay. Then we have flowers, which is happiness. So very beautiful energy here. So getting into that energy of feeling happy, going out in nature, working in your garden. If you have flowers or you're trying to plant flowers, that could be it for some of you. They're saying go ahead and do that. Claw. It says be careful. Do not take risks. Okay. So this is like the machine, that claw that picks up the stuffed animal or whatever character you're playing with in the machine, comes down, picks something up, brings it back. But in this deck specifically is talking about be careful, do not take risks. Okay, so at this time it's not advised for you to take any risks, especially with your health. Okay, obviously with the corona. There's also this rooster here. So there's somebody in your life or on the outskirts, and it says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So apparently there's some type of rooster type of energy around you that could be quite arrogant, always having something to say. And they're stating specifically not to cross this person. It could be because they have nasty intentions for you. And maybe you're trying to figure out what's behind their mask as well. So trying to figure out why they are like that. Why are they arrogant or boastful? Excuse me. It's kind of saying be careful. Try not to take any unnecessary risks at this time. We have the star here as well. So this is like a double confirmation of like wishes and dreams coming true. Number 17, which boils down to the number 8, which is about infinity, about spirituality. It says happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, and you're on the right path. So that's what Spirit wants you to focus on right now, is staying positive, staying optimistic, making long-term plans. Excuse me. Then we have the 4 of Earth, which is currently that energy of 4 of Pentacles. So that's kind of feeling like there's maybe having to hold back or lack of finances right now. It says being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So that's where they want you to get into that energy if you're not already there. So making good business decisions within your money, donating. You may have donated some money to different causes, which is beautiful, or raised money for other causes, which is so fantastic. So if you're one of those people who is doing that, thank you. Hats off to you. You're amazing. And so maybe focusing right now, excuse me, trying to figure out where, kind of balancing your finances and figuring out, what to save if you can, things like that. May have lost employment for others of you, but still trying to figure out where to go next, where to put your energy as far as career next. You may be looking at an employment change here. We have an employment change, or that may have already happened. Okay. So it says your career path is leading you in a higher direction with positive changes to support your dreams, priorities, passions, and life purpose. Trust that these changes, will help you release the old and welcome the new. You are being supported each step of the way. So even during this employment change, they're saying that their spirit is still with you. They're still supporting you. If you decided this time that you want to make an employment change, or you're kind of being forced into that, You will thrive. Things will get better. Okay. We have thriving here right next to that. Yeah. So, and that's such a beautiful card here. Can't even express. Thank you so much, Renee, for this deck. I'm in love with it. Then we have tranquility twice in 2 different decks. Look at that. Okay, so they really want you to focus on being tranquil if you can. And it says, trust, all will turn out well. Everything will fall into place. Peace of mind and tranquility are soon restored. Yeah, very beautiful. Love that. Focusing also on daydreaming. Like, it's like, hey, go ahead and daydream. Spirit's like, just, wherever you're at, doesn't matter if you're at home or if you're in nature. Nature's, obviously going to be my pick, but, it says imagination, allow your mind to wander and quiet time. So take this time to daydream, figure out what you want, what you love. Just let your thoughts, just kind of go into beautiful places and kind of escaping what's going on. There's nothing wrong with that, with daydreaming and just kind of letting yourself be free in that way. And allowing that tranquility, to flow. And then we have light and love. Okay, so, this is something that I always talk about. I always say that to, when I say goodbye to you guys and things like that, and emails and, just in general when I'm responding to you guys. It's that same idea here. So it says, your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. So one of your purposes completely is to get into that light and love type of energy. You have love twice here. Okay. Number 45, which is the number 9. Again, a very spiritual number, spiritual path. And love is where we need to be right now. It's giving and receiving love in whatever way you feel inclined. We have this Knight of Water here, so there may be someone around you that is a water sign. Okay, it could be younger than you as well, or that could be your energy here. So it says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals. Some of you may have been getting married or get engaged at this time. It said the need to balance emotions and invitation to a social event. Well, of course, we know that social events have been nixed for right now, unless you're 6 feet away from, just a few people. That's not a problem. Just kind of outside. I know people have been doing that like on their driveways and things like that, and their cul-de-sacs, and just kind of, connecting that way. That's really beautiful. So I do feel that that's definitely an energy coming in for you. So falling in love. Okay, so you might meet someone. It's obviously maybe not in the material world, but this yet, considering the situation, or it could be if you are an essential worker and you're still working and you're still, whatever, love is like around you. So it's like falling in love. You have love, 1, 2, 3 cards about that here, about love. So it's really, really beautiful. Then we have feelings and emotions. That's the water fairy. So like I said, we have a lot of water here. Okay. So really exploring your feelings and emotions when it comes to love. And it looks like you have like some amazing cards here as far as that's concerned, because we have the Sun on top of the Knight of Cups, which is the Knight of Water, and right above the water fairy. Okay, so it could be Leo energy here with the Sun. But this is the best card of the deck. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. Absolutely. With that mask, it's like this time everybody's awakening. In this pile, you may be encouraged to awaken more and more to your real purpose. You're probably going to have some new ideas and creativity that's going to lead more to your success and having more confidence in yourself. Okay, and understanding that you're an emotional person and there's nothing wrong with that. You may be experiencing feelings and emotions when it comes to love and daydreaming about love. Yeah, we have some really beautiful cards here when it comes to that. So I love that. And there's some happiness here. So there's definitely a successful outcome coming, okay, to the situation. So stay positive, have a positive outlook here. We also have enlightenment. So this is causing a lot of enlightenment here, a lot of waking up. This is like the sun to me as well. It's just in a different deck. It is the solar plexus chakra. So you can work on that if you're trying to bring yourself more awareness, more enlightenment, more ascension quicker. Also getting out in the sun. Okay, so they're very much saying get out in the sun, get out in nature, take walks, whatever you need to do, ride your bike, however you nature, okay? So it's very, very beautiful. I'm loving this. And you may be an environmentalist, but if you're not, this is also could be an employment change where you could decide to maybe go into, helping the planet, or you realize at this time, because this pile is very enlightened already for the most part, at least, 70% here that are watching. So environmentally, most of us we already embraced this, but Spirit is like really embrace this time to think about how much you consume, what you consume, where you spend your money. Okay. Are you spending it with big business, big beer, big department stores? There's nothing wrong with that, like helping them, but they're big. They have a lot of money. They can survive. A lot of small businesses cannot during this time because of the drastic changes, okay? So if you are already a small business owner, you may be looking to go more environmental. This may be something that you're looking to do at home, or they're saying go ahead and get into this energy. It says you're an earth angel who is born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And you have a respect for nature and for this planet and for others. Okay, we have respect here. Okay. So it says you value everyone's unique perspective on the path to love. Yeah, there's another card about love here. Okay, so people may be finding love in their own ways. You may be respecting the fact that, people's sexuality is different from yours, or you're learning that it's not a big deal what others do with their, in their bedroom with their lives, or you're already in that energy. But if not, they're like, valuing everyone's unique perspective on love. So if somebody tells you about their relationship, or what, how they love, or things like that, or their feelings or their emotions, you almost get a unique perspective, and you're asking them like, well, how does your relationship work? Or how does this work for you? You could be a counselor here, or people could come to you for counseling. This is kind of coming out in the pile as well. So, and realizing that there's different paths to love right now. Like, what I have learned, I'd like to share with y'all just real quick, is that relationships with certain people don't have to be so difficult or complicated. Like whatever they are with person A, person B, person C. I'm also, in a position, where I'm not married. Okay, so that's different, obviously. But even if you are, it's open relationship type of energy. It's like realizing that it doesn't take away from the other relationships that you have, and that there doesn't need to be competition or jealousy or those type of things, that we all just flow in whatever relationship when we're with that person, that's what that is. When we're with person B, that's what it is. Person C or whatnot, and that's friends and family and love. That's exactly what it is. And not complicating it with all this other rules of society, telling you have to get married, or you have to have babies, or you have to do this. None of that stuff is even remotely real when you're enlightened. Because love is love. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated. We complicate it. Laws complicate it. Humans complicate it. That's why there's so much jealousy and divorce and things like that. Because again, that's just personal opinion. That's I know that that's not a common opinion, but it is mine. So I feel like it fits this pile very well. Because we got hummingbird spirit, and it's like be here in the now. Okay. 34. Okay, number 7. That can mean something to someone. We have the number 28, number 11 with that water fairy here. But be here in the now, be present in the now, focus on the now. Okay, and possibly the future. Okay, it's kind of moving forward. If like this pile is moving forward in a very beautiful way. You could be a business owner already, right here, because we have the Milky Way, number 56. And it talks about networking, marketing, social media, publicity, internet, fame, expand, exposure, and spotlight. So you could be in the spotlight. You could do videos now, or you could be expanding your business to the internet. If you were already there, you now have to kind of shift and focus towards more of a online presence, which is beautiful. So that's very, very wonderful. And if you're not, that's where they're saying go ahead and get into that energy. Work on networking, marketing, your social media, and being present on the internet, okay, if you can. And it says sometimes the good is hidden. Look at that. Sometimes the good is hidden. Sometimes we're not always aware of what's there, okay, but we can always find the good in something. And you're being asked to do the same. So with that positivity and the optimism and things like that. And I know it's definitely hard. And I'm not saying be Sherry Sunshine here. Just getting into that energy of like sometimes we don't always see the good in goodbye or the good in a quarantine of a massive virus. But it's there, okay? So it says find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there, even if they didn't mean for it to be there. Sure lucky yours, the universe. P.S. Clues for what you want are hidden all around you. Yeah. There's definitely clues to what you want, how to get it, okay? And of course, this reading is about that. And finding the good in what someone else is asking of you, possibly in love, or what they said. So it's possible that miscommunication could be happening here. So trying to figure out where another person was coming from and realizing that they may not have been coming from a place of malice, okay? It may come off that way, but try to find the good in what they're saying or their advice. Especially if you're listening and you're like, oh, you know what? That's just ridiculous. And that's fine. But there's good in here. There's good in there. There's good in these messages. They are meant for your highest good, okay? And it's always there, it says. Always there, even if they didn't mean for it to be there. So it's there, okay, somewhere. And there's a lesson in things. And there's the good and the bad. We have to have the good to know what the bad is, and vice versa. And then we have another 8, so 888. And then we have the circle, okay? So I'm going to read from this. And again, this is like seeing the connection in every single human being. We're all connected. We're all connected in so many different ways. And this is finally showing people how connected we really are or how connected we could really be. Okay, and this is like the wheel turning. That wheel of fortune is kind of like, oh, okay, so here's that karma. Okay, here's what needs to be kind of rebalanced. We need to take care of this earth with this environmentalist energy. And if we don't, guess what happens? The balance tips, and this is what happens. So, sorry to say, but we kind of created this ourselves, We are humans. And eating a bat or whatever the heck happened didn't really seem like could really be, that big of a deal, but it's a huge deal, So it's all about kind of, you never know, right? Okay, so the circle. Let's see what they have to say about the circle here. Trying to figure out which deck this is in. Okay, sorry guys. Mystical Shaman. There we go. Okay, so the circle, number 16. Okay, let's find that page here. So it says unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what the card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one. Yep, that's just what I said. Dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever changing and always connected. Human spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. When the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. That is so true. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. It's going to make me cry. Ooh. Okay, it says, when the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go, the importance of dying, to an old form and being reborn anew. If you're faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. Oh, wow. That is insane. What a beautiful message. Whew. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. 100% about that circle of life. Ooh, the circle of life. Okay, Lion King. Yes, we're gonna do that. Okay. All right. Another number 10. So this is also the end of a very hard cycle. So sudden, unexpected, accident, cut, release, harvest, liberate, shock, surprise, a reckoning. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so after a shock, a reckoning, a surprise, a loss here. If you're experiencing a loss, I'm so sorry during this time because it's super hard to experience, especially now. So, my heart goes out to you if you're experiencing a loss. We also have the number 16, which is the stars. Like we have the star twice, okay, basically in two different decks. Okay, so you're a star. You may be a star. You may be exactly what I am. You may do tarot. You may be a musician, an artist, something creative. It doesn't even matter what it is, but I do feel like you may be wishing on a star, nighttime, falling in love, blessed, hope, dreams, inspired, miracles. Yeah, so keep praying, keep working towards that. You are blessed. There is hope. Your dreams are manifesting. And then you're trying to maybe perfect something, maybe a dream that you've got going on, and you're trying to it's giving you some chance to kind of figure out what that dream is too, and maybe getting back to a dream that you've put on the shelf for a while. So now it's kind of like realizing, especially with that employment change for some of you, like maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this is now kind of showing you your new path, okay, or a new direction. So we have perfect, precise with this snowflake. It could still be snowing. I know in Colorado they just had snow last week, which was really incredible. But it does happen in March. We're only slightly into April, but still. So it says fragile, handle carefully, unique, exquisite, code, a pattern, and details. So you could work with code at your job. You may be working on a project that requires careful detail, precise detail and design. That could be with printing, with artwork and things like that. It's very exquisite pieces that you're pulling, that your creativity is kind of just like flowing through you now, and if you're an artist, you're just able to like just one after the other of your creation. So it's very beautiful. And your work is very detailed, okay? But you are certainly working very hard at that. Spirit wants you to know that communication is really big for you at this time. So any type of, again, I feel like there could be some miscommunication with someone in your circle, but they're really wanting you to focus on communication in any way you can. And this may be through FaceTime or phone calls or video chat, however you do it, Zoom, etc. It's still keeping in contact with others, and you may work in the communications industry as well. So, and there may have been like a misunderstanding between you and a partner, or it could be a friend. So it says address concern without attacking the person. Communication is the issue. Healthy, loving dialogue. Yeah, that's what they also had to say with that finding the good, and sometimes the good is hidden. So if somebody communicated something kind of to you that was either harsh or it was meant to be with love, okay, and the underlying is actually helpful, try to see that in that, working on healthy, loving dialogue between you and your significant other or a friend, and without attacking, like learning how, to speak to someone without, this is what always happens to me, like when I'm talking to someone, they always devolve into start calling names to me. I normally do not let myself get to that point. 90% of the time I'm very, very good about that. But I find that could be an issue within your situation. So if that is the case, they're talking about trying to communicate healthy with the other person without getting to that point, because first of all, it's childish, it's petty, it doesn't help anybody, it's not loving, it's not healthy. Okay, so, and in my counseling degree, we learn about helping others with healthy dialogue. So that's, and without finger pointing, got finger pointing here. So somebody may be like, oh, but you did this and you did that, type of energy. Well, does that really help anybody? Like, if we point out someone's faults, okay, it's a fault, but how do we fix that? Like, instead of focusing on the wrong itself, like, how do we fix that? How do we make it better? How do we, work on that? So it says our partners reflect our wounds. So if we're pointing at someone else, we may be mirroring that same energy or projecting. Projection could be happening. So it says relationships mirror what we are, finger pointing, take responsibility. So somebody needs to take responsibility for their actions as well. So instead of just pointing at the other person like, oh, it's all your fault, well, really, relationships are never like that. That's never the case, okay? And somebody may have abandoned this relationship, whether it was a friend or a family member, or they feel abandoned by this person. So they may be finger pointing at this other person and be like, you left, you did this. Okay, well, they did that, but how do you move past that? Like, how do we move into the future instead of focusing on the past, okay? All right, so it says fear of abandonment issues are affecting abandonment issues are affecting relationships. Ghosting, forgive, especially yourself. So if somebody ghosted you or abandoned you, and you wanted communication from them, or there was some type of communication that caused this person to leave or run or kind of cut ties, they're saying that, forgive them, understand the situation, and then move forward with it. You don't have to keep that person around, obviously, but it doesn't do you any good holding on to that idea of like, no, you did something wrong, and pointing at someone, like, especially if somebody starts pointing at me, like, I'm gonna lose my crap. Like, I do not like when people are like that, and it's like, you did this, and you did that, like that type of energy. It's like very, again, not healthy. It doesn't help the situation. So they're saying that that definitely could be playing a part. So working on those things will help your communication with this person as well, trying not to point fingers and being more lovingly. Like, one of the things I've learned is when we're speaking with someone is to say, in my experience of you, and then you can express what your experience was of that other person. Then you take responsibility for how you feel about it. Whether they disagree with it or not, that's understandable, but that is your experience, and that's not something that they can deny, or it's harder to deny that. Of course, narcissists will always try to deny that, of course, because it's never their fault. They like to point fingers everywhere else. So you could be dealing with a narcissist. In that case, you mostly know how I feel about it on my channel, but let me reiterate, low contact, no contact, depending on your relationship. If you have children with that person, that totally is low contact. If you do not have ties that you have to be around that person or share anything like that, then no contact is best, because then you can't feed into their crap. So if you're dealing with someone like that, definitely, you don't need to communicate with anybody like that, because a narcissist doesn't want to communicate. They want to countercate. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope this helps. These messages were very, very beautiful. Please let me know down below if you have, I love your comments. I love, all of your love that you give my channel, when you send me emails, when you say, oh my gosh, this resonated, or thank you so much. I know what to do now. I know what to focus on. That's really what I'm here for, is just to help the collective. So thank you so much for watching. If you would like a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. If this pile did not resonate, I would definitely try a different pile. That can always help. Sometimes it's just not your pile. And I've had that happen to me when I pick cards too. So there's nothing wrong with being like, let me see if I can figure out what I'm drawn to next and go with that. So, and that may resonate better. So thank you so much, pile number 1. All right, we're going to move on to pile number 2. All right, what was this? 3616. Down. Okay, all right, pile number 2. Alrighty, so if y'all chose pile number 2, this beautiful purple shell, this is your message. So let's see, what do you need to focus on during quarantine? What does Spirit want you to focus on during quarantine? And I know you can't see all these cards. I'm going to show them all one by one to you, though, so don't worry about that. Interesting. Okay. Move some of this over a little bit. Make more room here for the rest of the cards. There's a lot of cards here, so just bear with me. You can always skip this part too, guys. I know that, you know, some of you may just want to get to the good stuff, and I don't blame you. Okay, so let's put that there. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, all right. So, one of the things that Spirit would like you to focus on at this time during this quarantine is grounding. We have grounding here. So this is nature, presence, practicality, and stability. So focusing on practical things, focusing on stability, focusing on grounding yourself into the physical world. If you're trying to manifest something, they're also saying that at this time to kind of if you're not getting results, to make sure that you're grounding yourself, that you're grounding, like when you think about what you're trying to accomplish in your mind, pulling that energy straight down into the ground, literally, picturing yourself, you're like a tree. This guy is literally like his arms turning into a tree and his leg is turning into a tree. So that's very beautiful energy here. So really working on grounding yourself at this time. Okay. So that's really important. Okay. All right. Number 6. So this could have something to do with past life, 666. That's also about soulmates and maybe grounding a relationship here, because we have soulmate relationship as well. Okay. All right. And I know it's like a 6 of Pentacles kind of energy as well, kind of with grounding, but with that soulmate relationship. It says new romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. Okay, so grounding a soulmate relationship, okay? Some of you may be actually having to let go of a soulmate relationship too. Okay, it's that energy of letting go. Okay, look at her. She's got all these dogs, okay? And she's trying to like wrangle them. There's like 3 dogs trying to like wrangle them into this like door, okay? But really, they just need to be let go to be free. If she just let them all go and walk through the door, I bet you most of those dogs would just follow her, okay? So that's that energy of letting go of possibly a soulmate relationship if something has ended. Otherwise, it's letting go of our expectations, letting go of feeling like we have control over something right now because we don't. And the energy of 333 is kind of aligning our body, mind, and soul together. So it's kind of bringing things into creation, and with that letting go, it's like realizing that we can only manifest when we let go of our expectations. When we let go of how we want to control the situation and how we want it to be. So Spirit is saying, let go of that. Let go of control issues is coming out. We don't have that card here, but that's the feeling that I'm getting here. Because there's some type of, and getting some type of emotional balance here. Okay, so there's emotions here. Number 27 boils down to number 9. But look at that. That's like an Ace of Cups type of energy here. That's, you have 2 cards talking about stability here. Okay, so grounding yourself in the physical and in the emotional world. Okay, well, bringing you emotional balance and grounding yourself. So kind of getting that balance together between the 2 of them. Okay, that also is talking about harmony, peace, and fluidity. Yeah, going with the flow. Okay, because this is going to bring you much happiness, and the soulmate relationship brings you a lot of happiness with this person. So yeah, they're like, look at you with that little soulmate. That's that happiness. And if you're wanting someone to kind of come back and releasing those expectations, okay, focusing on yourself with this passion here, okay, and you have a lot of passion and fire for this person. They have a lot of passion and fire for you. The soulmate is on fire, like literally. So it says love, sexual energy, passions aroused, vital life force, Kundalini. So you might be having a Kundalini awakening, but if not, that's like focusing on your passion, what you're passionate about, what gives you life. The sun, this soulmate relationship, okay? So it says the sun, giver of life, strength, a gift, new infusion of energy, something beyond your control. Yes, surrender. Yeah, this is something beyond your control, okay? And you may just want to surrender to it, okay? Some of you may be feeling guilty for choosing a soulmate right now and being in love with them, but there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe letting go of the way you thought things were going to go with the soulmate is also what I'm hearing. But again, with that passion, it's getting back to what you're passionate about. And then we have alchemy here. Yes, this is like a manifestation card to me, and the magician. Okay, very, very beautiful cards. This is the Spirit Oracle. So it says your inner light shines when you are at peace. 2 cards talking about peace, one with that emotional balance here. Your inner light shines when you're at peace with yourself and the world around you. Let go of the struggle. Yeah, letting go of the struggle. Okay. And feel the beauty inside you. Allow all to just be and just be you. Yeah, absolutely. If you're passionate, be passionate. If you're deep, be deep. You know, go with that. Spirit's like, what do you have to lose at this time? And accepting yourself for the way you are. Loving yourself, accepting the relationship for what it is as well, and letting it just grow. I feel like a lot of you, and you can dislike this if you want, but not a lot of you, but there's a small portion of you watching that have been trying to force something to happen instead of just accepting the way it's happening and releasing control, okay? It says you're ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. Yeah, letting go of some people who may not even matter to you. And if they do matter, it's like letting them go. Because when you do let someone go, it's that whole idea of if they come back to you, they're yours. You know? So accepting when it's time to let go of things that have ended, that have passed their expiration, that are no longer serving you, that are no longer good for you. Okay? And you may be praying over this acceptance and trying to figure out what to do. There's prayer here, so it's very beautiful. So if you do pray, or if you're comfortable with that, Spirit's like, yeah, get into that prayer. And it doesn't matter who you pray to or what you pray for, okay? And you may be praying for some type of expansion here. And you have spirit guides and ancestors that are also watching over you, okay? And passed over loved ones that are guiding you, okay? So they're praying, and you may be praying for some type of expansion, okay, in your life, okay? So very beautiful. Expansion with the throat chakra as well. Communication is big with this because it's blue, and these are chakra cards. Okay, so you could do a solar plexus meditation, okay? If you don't pray, that's okay, either one. And this throat chakra meditation will help as well. So focusing on the throat and the solar plexus. You have reaching for your dreams. So it's like, go for it. They say go for it. So whatever you're dreaming of, whatever you're looking to do, they're saying, go ahead, do that. And maybe to be on stage, we have dress rehearsal here. Okay, so there's an alternative course, and there's some choices. You may have some choices here. And you could be kind of rehearsing what to do with this person, or what you'll say to this person, especially for that throat chakra energy, especially if it has to do with this soulmate relationship, okay? And remember, soulmates don't have to be like lovers, okay? They can also be friends and family. So there's definitely that energy of accepting and letting the relationship be, letting it go, allowing it to progress naturally is what I'm hearing, okay? We have infinite abundance. Yeah. So reaching for your dreams, go for it. They're saying that once you do, infinite abundance will be there for you. It says you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So if you are afraid of going into a spiritual path or something, that people laugh at you for, or whatever their opinions are of the masses, you're not one of them. Is what I'm being told. So, and you're not following that crowd, and you don't need to, and you don't have to. And so it's like, once you do open up to that and you choose that path for your life purpose, infinite abundance is going to come in for you. Okay. So once you realize what your path is, if you're not already there, then they're saying the more you devote yourself to this, the more abundance is going to come in, not just physically, but emotionally. It's going to bring you some type of balance in your life. Okay. And then we have artist here. So you may be an artist, okay? But if not, they're saying that's what you're called to do, possibly for some of you. That's an option for you. So whatever you do, it says engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. Yeah, this is going to ground you and also bring you some emotional balance with your artistic energy here, okay? And Spirit is also saying pick and eat and focus on clean energy food, okay? Yeah. Very beautiful. So it says, when you fuel your body with a healthful organic diet, you increase your energy levels and ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. Yeah, so in order to manifest something healthy into your life, you have to be eating / taking things into your body that are organic or that are healthy. You could be vegan. You could be looking into veganism or vegetarian. Even if you're not, it's eating clean. So eating, you're eating your vegetables. You may be going on like a juicing or certain diets and things like that. Maybe focusing on that. If you want your energy levels to go higher as well, and to help you focus and be efficient and have better ideas, and to work longer hours, especially if you're an artist that works like from morning to overnight. A lot of us are night owls in our creations, so that will help with that. That will raise your vibration. You will get better ideas. You will be more efficient. You will see results through that clean energy food if you can, of course, if you can afford it, because eating organic is a little bit harder to do, and it could be even riskier, depending on how many people touch what you're eating now too. So I get why, that could be something a little bit difficult to get into if you're not already in that energy. So if you can't, understandable, and really this is like the overarching energy of this reading. It's so beautiful, and it's so sad at the same time. It says most people are just trying to survive. So realize that we're just all trying to survive. You may be a starving artist right now, and you're just trying to survive. And people right now that have lost their jobs, that worked for, including myself, I worked 3 jobs at one point, and at one point 4. Because of what I do. So right now we're just trying to survive. So there's no right way to feel, no right way to do things right now, okay? It says, just remember Most people are so beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices. They simply forget to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy as often as they feel the urge. Let's not be one of those people. Thank you, please, I love you like crazy. The universe. Aww. It made me cry. Yeah. So people don't always say those things, but they're there. And we may forget because we're just trying to survive. And sometimes we're not in that energy of being as grateful to the people that we love as we should. And now is the time to be that. Don't be like that. Be better than them. Okay? And they may not say it, but they do feel it. Okay? All right. And then we have fire here. So you could be a fire sign. This could be your soulmate relationship brings a lot of fire. Number 19, which boils down to number 10, or the number 1. Okay, so there's a lot of fire going on here. We all know what fire does. It can be very beautiful, but it's also very destructive. It's a double-edged sword kind of thing. But fire is what, sparks ideas and passion and love, and it's what keeps things spicy. So it's very beautiful energy here. And it says you got coyote spirit. Okay, so this could be a spirit animal of yours. So it's the number 16, which boils down to the number 7, which is this very spiritual path. Coyote spirit says trust in divine detours. Yeah, exactly. Trust in this divine detour. Okay, all right, because it may feel like a detour right now, but it is divinely guided. So wherever you're actually going, you're on the right path, whether you know it or not. Okay, and we have camel here, okay, which says persevere and you will overcome problems. Yeah, so keep going, keep trudging along, okay, persevere. We're going to get through this. We're going to overcome this, okay. And we have this cracked cup. So right now you may be feeling a little dissatisfied with life. This actually could have, you broke a cup recently, or something broke, and it was a cup possibly, and you may have realized that, or something happened, like in your kitchen or something like that, and you were just looking at it like, oh my gosh, like could have just cried over it, because it was just like kind of the feeling that we have right now, that we're kind of dissatisfied with life. Okay, and there may be something in your life that you're dissatisfied with that you might want to take a really good look at. Okay, whatever that is, and kind of figure out how to let go of control. Okay, of it. Okay, and that could be why you're dissatisfied, is because there's some severe changes that have to take place, like that detour you right now with what's happening, and that may be really hard for everyone. And of course it is. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being sad over this. There's nothing wrong with struggling with this, because it is causing cognitive dissonance in a lot of different people and a lot of situations. People are struggling with this. You're not the only one. But we're going to get through this. Okay, we got this tankard here, so you may be, you may have like this reminds me of like the signs that I get at the Renaissance Festival. So you may be drinking some beer, maybe celebrating, having fun, and enjoying this time, enjoying being drunk, which is, trust me, Texas is, ahead of everywhere else when it comes to alcohol sales. So you all know what we're doing. Most of the time, some of the time, most of the time, whatever. It depends on the person, but yeah. Okay, so that they're saying, like, there's going to be celebrations again. There's going to be fun and enjoyment again. Persevere. You'll overcome these problems. We will celebrate this in the end. We will also mourn this time as well. So then we have the horse. Okay, so this horse talks about accepting help from another, delegating authority, number 26. So you may need help from others. You may be accepting help from others. You could be accepting financial help from others at this time. There's nothing wrong with that. We have the bard here. Okay, so this could be your energy, especially the bard is kind of like the drunkard, kind of like the guy who just is very happy, very go-lucky, very Knight of Wands, just kind of, going where the wind takes him, okay? And this person is very musically talented. They also you may do poetry. These may be things they want you to kind of embrace about yourself. They may know a lot about myths, history, and you may be really good at storytelling, or this may be a friend around you. So this is number 7 here. So this may be the friend that kind of helps you out, and you've always kind of looked at them as like, oh, they're just a drunkard, and now you're like, well, they're not so bad because, you know, they have this ability, this innate ability to, you know, play music, to you know, like they're made for this kind of quarantine energy is what I'm getting. So yeah, it's very interesting. So that could be the help that you're receiving is from a bard, but also they're wanting you to get into that energy as well. We have the butterfly here, which is all about transformation and beauty. So seeing the beauty at this time, transforming, awakening to your divine purpose, to the beauty around you, to nature's beauty, as we see things kind of from a new perspective about how we treat the world. There's definitely going to be some type of movement here, okay? So moving in a new direction possibly is coming out with the number 36. Number 9, again, moving along your journey, okay? Moving beyond some of the obstacles here with this rock as well. Get Aquarian energy from that with the way the lines are on that rock, okay? So you could be an Aquarius or have Aquarius in your chart. And then we have the deer, okay? So it's also getting out of nature here. I feel very nature card. So if you have own horses, you may go horseback riding, or you may decide that that's something that you can do in quarantine. You know, I don't really know if that's acceptable or not. You know, I guess I would have to ask somebody who owns horses, but you know, that could be where you're at here, getting out in nature, being near water. We also have like with the deer here, so seeing wildlife, the number 22. So using gentleness and diplomacy at this time, moving carefully, you know, try not to disturb, you know, when you see wildlife, like try not to disturb it. You've kind of been just kind of observing things like that. And then we have the geese, which is like on a quest, okay? So on a quest, migration. So you may be wanting to travel or get out of town, or going out in nature with your family here. So it says, know where you're going, cyclical, faithful, relocation. You may be, okay. So sorry about that, guys. My video froze. So we have this geese. So on a quest, relocating, migration. What else does it say? Dependable, know where you're going, cyclical, and faithful. So you may actually be with this movement card here, moving, okay? Like actually thinking of new places to go to, moving, or be in the process of evaluating a move, a change of scenery as well. Taking a vacation, or you had vacations planned. This could be taking place in the winter to somewhere warmer, because geese migrate to warmer places during the winter. So number 14 here is the number 5, so changes here. And then we have the number 35 here with the anchor. Number 8. Okay, so then finding where you want to anchor yourself, where you want to put down roots, where your stability is. Solid, steady, persevering, advantage, and fortitude. So this is definitely that energy of steadily moving towards stability, things like that. And that's exactly what I'm feeling here for this card. Yeah. Okay, guys, sorry about the interruptions. So the seer. The seer represents the capacity to reach beyond the obvious details of life into the hidden realms where information is available to those with the discernment to perceive it. This symbol represents psychic perception, intuition, and the capacity to know something without prior exposure. That's exactly what I felt from that card. I think I've read it once since I've had the deck, because it's brand new. The seer knows truth, always seeks truth beyond all else, and sees reality as it truly is without judgment. The seer can read between the lines and understand what is not being said. He represents the power of clarity in being able to recognize patterns. Yeah, absolutely. The seer invites you to trust your intuition and follow it as it leads you forward. You may feel lost when it appears that your hunch is taking you in circles or even through a maze, but the hidden realms don't follow the rules of a two-dimensional map. Excuse me. Trust your gut and allow your perception of your circumstances to widen to include the nuances and subtle clues that you normally miss if you take things at face value. The seer has gifted you with his magic. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your vision is clear. Yeah. Yeah. You may be seeing things clearly, and you may be burning something down, getting rid of something that no longer suits you with that fire of yours. If you're a fire sign, it's even more so for you. This could be something that happens in the future, okay, in order for you to expand. And there's a lot of passion with the soulmate. The soulmate brings out a lot of passion in you. It may be really hard to let this person go. Again, that's for some of you. Others of you, you're not letting them go. It is not about that. It is about actually letting the relationship develop as it should, and there could be a new romance coming, and a new romance with the spiritual basis with this soulmate. It also could be a friendship too. It doesn't have to be a lover here, so keep that in mind. It could be you realizing that this person is not honest and not true and not good for you, for some of you, not all of you. The seer has arrived now to challenge you to get out of denial and begin telling yourself the truth about your situation. Wishful thinking will not make your desire happen. Yeah. When you're refusing to see things as they are. The truth may hurt, but it will set you free to claim the bounty that is waiting for you to notice it. Yeah, this is your truth. You may be really hesitant in order to let go of something or someone, but they're saying that you know the truth, and if you look deep down inside, even though it hurts, you may be trying to find some acceptance in that truth, and take your time. You know, things are not so cut and dry, like, oh, just move on or get over it or whatever the crappy things that people say about, you know, that don't help, that are not helpful, that are not nurturing, that are not kind. We think we're helping people by saying those things. We're not. Getting over something can take a lifetime, especially when it's deep love or someone you were married to for decades, okay? That is not something you just get over, okay? You heal, you hurt, you cry, you get angry, you get jealous, you love, you go through all of the emotions, okay? You hurt, okay? But then you work through it, okay? And then you find some grounding, some emotional balance here, like they're saying, and you realize that when we let go and we let God or whatever you believe in, that things start to flow. The things that are meant for us will flow into our life. We will go in the direction we're meant to go. So I really hope that helps. I love you guys so much. I know these messages were hard to hear. Please know that they are for your highest good. They're not to hurt anybody. They are definitely what Spirit has to say today, and they are really bringing it hard. So, you know, be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can, and there's no right way to feel right now, guys. So thank you so much for watching my channel. I love you so much. If you would like a personal reading, you know the link is in the description box below. If this pile did not resonate, please choose a different pile. We have 4 of them here, so it's possible that your message wasn't here. If you're not feeling it, you know how that is, you know, where you feel it in your bones and your heart and your soul, and that intense feelings that we get about it, it's possible it's not your reading. So, and you can always choose something else. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll be moving on to pile number 3. All right, so if you picked pile number 3, this goldstone, I think it's a cougar on there, jaguar. So this will be your message. So what do you need to focus on during quarantine? I know you can't see all the cards, guys. I have a laptop, so I apologize. I've gotten some feedback on that, and she's not wrong. She's right. I do wish that my setup was a little bit better. So when I can afford that, that will be the case. Remember that it is a general reading. Excuse me, it will not resonate with everybody. Ooh, this is a beautiful one. Okay, I really like this. This has some good energy here. I'm getting a lot of earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is coming through heavy. And we do have water as well. So, wow, this is a really cool reading so far. There's a lot of information here, guys. So just bear with me. I'm feeling out the cards. This is my process. I'm an intuitive reader, so if you're new to my channel, welcome. Okay. A lot of messages here. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay, interesting. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to be doing? Okay, well, first of all, number 7s are coming out automatically. So 777, that might mean something to you. It could be a life path number, date, etc. But we have this honoring path. And I feel like for you, if you're a divine feminine watching, or if you identify more with the feminine energy, that the honoring path is putting you right where you need to go. Like right now, it's like honor what you're being guided to do. Honor your true path. It may be being on stage, being an actress or actor of some sort. That does, she's on a stage and all these people are trying to grab, at her, and she may have like a celebrity type of energy to her. Or you may have that, to you, obviously, because we're talking about you. So yeah, I feel like they're saying honor your path, okay? All right, honor your path. In order to do so, you have to have this healing heart here. So healing your heart, focusing on healing your heart. So heart chakra meditations, we have a lot of green here, and that's the earth part. So your earth element's going to be really aligned with that, okay? If you're an earth sign or have heavy earth in your chart, or you're feeling very grounded. I feel very grounded in this reading, which is nice because I'm like 40% air in my chart. So all right, so you're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. So they're saying that you have a healing ability. You may work in Reiki. You may work as a chef or like to cook. And right now they're kind of saying like, good job. Like whatever you're putting your energy into, like you're doing a really good job compared to all the other piles. I hate to, I'm not trying to bash them, but like you're doing really well through this whole thing because of your grounded nature. And if you're not, they're saying go ahead and focus on heart chakra. Wear green. Okay, wear green, blue, and like a maroon red. And I'll show you here in a minute. So that's part of your path. And so they're expressing that like continuously embrace that. Okay. So if you're coming up with new creations in the kitchen, you're getting out in nature because we have this pleasure card. They're saying just be in this receptive feminine energy. And that's so true right now because the receptivity is going to help you stay more grounded. Nature is going to ground you more within yourself, within your dynamic, okay? You may be in the criminal justice system or have Libra. There's Libra energy here in your chart. There's also possibility justice, and a traditional deck talks about relationships and things like that. So this card specifically is more about career. It says your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. And you may be embracing that ideal right now, even if you're not in that field. You may have been originally drawn to this field for a lot of you, or you just be really good at it if that's not your current path, okay? But honor that path of justice, of love, of fairness, of protecting others that need your help. Being very heart-centered right now is going to be, I can feel the love in your body, and I can also feel there's a lot of throat chakra energy coming through here. Okay. We also have at this time that you can declutter. Okay. So this is the perfect time to spring clean, declutter your area, whatever it is, whether it's at work or at home. Okay. It says you'll feel better and more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. Yeah. So getting rid of some stuff / donating all the things that we need to kind of do in our life. It makes space for other things. We're going to make space for grounding ourselves more. So when we have more clutter around us, it kind of brings us up off the ground. And again, we're in that air. And we're like, oh, crap. You know what I mean? Okay. So then we've got that. So that's really, really beautiful. That's a good energy. I love seeing that here. And you may already be doing that, okay? And what's happening right now is bringing like an emotional breakthrough, okay? And it's a much needed one for yourselves, for the collective. If you've seen my other videos, you know kind of how I talk about this. But recently, you know, just with all this happening, I quarantined way before others, right after March 13th, which I do believe was a turning point at this time with everything happening in the world with the virus. And so, but I'm finding that it's now bringing people back to what's important, what we should have been focusing on this whole entire time, which was our families and our friends and nourishing ourselves. Okay, so this is like really what I feel like you guys are, either you're in this energy, most of you, so good job, and just keep it up and just balancing that self-care. You may be a little too grounded, but you know that's good in certain ways, but I feel like there's still emotional stuff going on here. So, and this may bring emotional breakthrough. Okay, and a lot of relationships are not actually standing the test of time right now, in all ways. So, but you may go through an emotional breakthrough, and it says emotional transformation, release, freedom. It is safe for you to express how you feel. Let it all out. Relationships deepen as a result. Yeah. So this may be an emotional breakthrough you may go through within a connection. Things may deepen. Your bond may deepen with your person. And even if you're in separation, I feel like it's still going through transformation. Okay. And this is going to help you. So if you're trying to come into union with somebody, this is exactly what they're trying to say. So we also have moonlighting. So you may be trying to work at night, or you do work at night, or this is kind of, you may be thinking about adding a job at night, maybe to help pay the bills, you know, that may be that type of energy. And it says, you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Yeah, so it's like having this is very grounded energy. It's like, you know, me doing my tarot. I have 2 other jobs almost always, like on top of that, including being a mom. So that's like another 3. So I have 4 jobs. I consider that 4 jobs for me, you know, and I'm a single mom. So, and I have my child the majority. So, all right. Anyways, but you see where I'm going with that. Like, you may be thinking about ways to make extra money until you can get your dream off the ground. You may be realizing something that you've had up on the shelf and that you bring it down when you declutter and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do this puzzle, or I could be doing this, or I could be doing that, and like putting your effort into that. We have throat. The one card that's really standing out to me, and it would be the throat chakra, and these chakra cards. I think they're Chakra Insight Oracle. We have the number 30, which is 333. So it's aligning the body, mind, and spirit as well. We have expression, assertiveness, self-control, and direction. And it literally is just will. And there's this turtle here. So there's some type of patience in order to get there, some type of self-control. I feel like you're holding yourself back from kind of going after something because you know it's going to take time. Okay, it's going to take time if you go in a certain direction as well. Very interesting energy with that. And I feel like there's something that you may do that involves communication. And there's another blue card. Yeah, okay. So we have another one, and it's a totally different deck, but it's also their chakra cards. So this one says quest. So you're literally starting a brand new journey. For some of you, it's the beginning of a huge enlightenment period for you, and I believe we do awaken our whole lives over over, and just continue. So there's definitely this quest here that you're going on at some, and you may be going towards a person here because this quest card is right with the king. Okay. So it could be a masculine. All right. And if you're a masculine watching, this could be you. Okay. All right. So it says man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. Yeah. Oh, we have justice here twice in the law. Okay. So yeah. 2 of these cards and another 3. So 3, 3, 3, you may see that. Okay. Again, we talked about that. So this person is holding themselves back. They know they have the authority if they want to. You know, this is like the king. The emperor in a traditional deck to me, and it would be. So the king's like the emperor. So the emperor doesn't move for anybody. The emperor takes the advice of people around him, etc., and then makes his own decision. He's very sexual. It would be like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius there, that type of energy. So fire is coming out of that card here. So very fiery energy. Also, that could be where you feel like you have a lot of authority. So if you're watching and you're like a cop or something like that, or in the law enforcement field, they're saying that's even more so for you. Like you are doing the right thing. You're taking care of your family. You're honoring your path. You're about to do all these things I've just expressed, if you aren't already. But if you're a feminine watching and this is your person, that's who they are to you or whatever, they're holding back. Like they're not actually coming forward. And if this is your husband, you're already with this person. So that's for some of you, you're already in a relationship with somebody. That could be it. Like you're trying to figure out your boundaries right now because we have the cat here. All right. And you know how cats are, guys, right? So like I don't really have to go too much into detail there. But it's in this card, it says independence and healthy boundaries. Number 9. So this is like a very spiritual path that, you kind of, just have to have healthy boundaries right now. You may want your independence, or this person may want their independence, and they may want like you to respect their boundaries of some sort, if that's the case. So it's possible that you guys have a non-traditional relationship. That could be it too. But for those of you that are together, it's just talking about this person. You may want independence from them because you're so close, working so close with each other now, when you're in a relationship and you're constantly in someone else's space, and you're not going to work and you're working from home and you're together and like that whole entire thing. That's kind of what is happening here is kind of that whole like, somebody may be going stir crazy. There's also another story coming through. There's like 5. So with this king here, the honoring path, they do want you as the viewer, if you're a feminine, to honor your path and you feel like you're honoring your path and it's leading you towards this king, okay? These cards are like this. So that's really what is like happening, is that these two make a very beautiful couple. They demand authority. They have confidence. You don't associate Aries with, if you don't associate Aries with confidence, then you don't know fire signs or fire signs with confidence, because they have a shit ton of it and they're proud of it, So, but for those of you going towards a person, pursuing a person, there's a risk here. You think this might be a risk. It might be risky to go on this journey towards this person. And it may be that it may be hard for you if you are apart and somebody is like famous and that's what they're doing. They're kind of like on stage or whatever, or they're getting attention like that. You're not sure you want to take the risk on that person based on that dynamic here. So yeah. And the number 4 is there. That's also a very stable number. Okay. It's like foundations when we talk about 4s, and things being, it's an equal, even number. All right. So that for some of you is kind of an issue. There may be a risk with this person. This king may really like his independence and his boundaries, but still be very much attracted to you, still want, still has intentions, towards you, still sees you in this beautiful light. So if you're in separation and you're not sure about this person, and you're like, do they even see me? Do they even know, what's going on? Are they watching you on social media? Yeah, they're definitely watching you on social media. It's also coming through here. What else? Okay, and then we have loyalty. So you may be loyal to this path and to this person, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's saying, good job, you're a loyal person. You're being loyal to yourself as well. Okay, so and you may have loyalty to this king right here. Yeah, but it's some type of risk, and it's uncertain what the outcome will be, and I will tell you that for sure here. They didn't get into that. So if you want more of your situation, I might have to do a reading on that. But it says, your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. Yeah. So, yeah, you're very loyal. And they love that about you. They love that about you. And you have loyalty to your path. You have loyalty to justice, loyalty to honoring your path, loyalty to healing yourself, going on your quest, being called to do something amazing. There's this boat here. So this talks about like money and inheriting property, okay, through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. So that could be through any of those modems there. Then we have basket, which is recognition and reward for merit. So you may be presented with baskets, especially if some of you are in the healthcare field, or somebody's recognizing you for something. So that's really beautiful. So like acknowledging your accomplishments. And it says, pay attention to your work. And here's a desk. Yeah, so I do feel like for some of you that's working at a desk or working differently, you may be in working from home. So that's here. Yeah. Yeah, and you're being called to pay attention to your work more. If you're feeling distracted, that's completely understandable at this time. And then we have a chair empty. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so for some of you, this message, if it resonates, it resonates. If this isn't your pile, you can pick a different pile. But it says someone is leaving your life. So I do feel that underlying sense of like loss here. So there may be a position that seems empty now, or a chair that's empty, or seeing everything empty too, like with people not there. And with this quarantine, it's got to be, that's crazy. And then again, someone leaving your life could also be, it could portend to the end of a relationship, whether that's a friendship or a marriage or a relationship, a love relationship here. So we have the nightingale spirit, which is real pretty. This bird. So you may hear nightingales. That might mean something. Number 5 here. So going through a lot of changes, of course. 5s are about change. It says love is all around. Yeah, so they're trying to let you know that love is all around. That when we feel free, okay, and we have people that we could talk to here, and there is a council of people. There are tons of us out here that, you're not crazy. I know a lot of us feel like when awakenings happen that we're just losing our crap, and that there's something wrong with us, and people around us might think that too. And although I'm sure they think that, but it's not that. It's not. So know from my heart to yours that, you needn't worry, okay? Yeah, you needn't worry. And they even are pointing me towards that card. You needn't worry. It's okay. Things going to work out. It says there's no one in your life who hasn't always loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. Big sillies, the universe. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that there wasn't love with this person. You needn't worry if you're losing a connection. I'm super sorry. That's awful, and my heart goes out to you. That is not a place that anybody wants to be. Sadly, this is kind of what a pandemic will do. It's kind of open Pandora's boxes for relationships and see what pops out and what can sustain through something so crazy like this. So, sorry guys, I've been talking so long. Then we've got the kitchen here for creation. So like I said earlier, we talked about food and creating things and maybe cooking, and you may be having fun in the kitchen. You may be, working on your kitchen. You may be replacing things or cleaning it real well, or, just spiffing it up, or reorganizing the kitchen, which is real cool. So if not, go ahead and get on that, they're saying. And there's some type of premonition and prophecy. Okay, so this is talking about the premonition that you've had. So it's possible you had a premonition of this, okay, just like I did. I just thought it was going to be zombies, but I've always thought for a very, very, very long time that, something like this would happen. But you may have a premonition about something to do with, like a dream about a kitchen or something happening in the kitchen. That could be where that premonition comes from. You could have a dream about this king, okay? And that they're kind of a risk, okay? And you're not sure that you want to go down that road, with this person, if that's your situation. And then we have red, which is about passion and survival. Yeah, we've been put into the root chakra here. So wearing red will help. You've got a couple cards with red here. Red, blue is also coming out as well. Earth colors, if you're feeling ungrounded, browns, deep, like light tans, deep greens, like army stuff. Okay. And then we have, we got trust issues here. Yeah. So somebody may have trust issues towards you, or you may have them towards that. You may have it towards them. And they're just talking about how they could be justified or unjustified. But trust is imperative to feel safe and secure. So this relationship may be a huge risk, and you're trying to weigh the options if you really trust this person. I don't think you trust this king, possibly for some of you. That's the answer that you're looking for. You don't trust this person. And so that's when the tower is going to come in and just kind of level the relationship. And it's meant to do so because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. Not trusting someone is not a solid foundation. And that could definitely happen. I feel like it's not a card that's here, but it definitely, I have the feeling of it. We have this guarded heart. Yeah, somebody's guarding their heart, okay? And it may be because of a past relationship where they did have trust issues. So this could be it as well. So this could be contributing to the situation. So it says lingering trust issues, fear from past hurts, love can't get through that wall, forgive and let go. So somebody's got a big wall up and it has to do with trust, okay? And it could be from a past relationship. This king could be in your past, and they may be coming back from your past too. I also get that energy here. So then we have a magical mindset. So look at that. Like, this is kind of how I feel with your reading a little bit. Well, it's a little too grounded for me, but I'm trying to get off of it. I'm like, I'm that bird. I'm that bird. So everything is divine. Know that you are the creator of your reality. Co-manifest with the universe. Yeah, so everything is divine. You've had these premonitions. You've seen things. You know things that others, can't, that others, in the collective, when others that are like us, that's that magical mindset, seeing things for that way. You are the creator of your reality. So if you don't like something and you don't like the story, change the story. Super, super, that I know it sounds simple. I'm just like, just change that story, but that's how I am in my life. So yeah, if I don't like it, I'm like, ooh, we're going to change that. Okay. And then we have this ancient knowledge. And this could be exactly what's going on for some of you. The reason why you're so attached to this person, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with it, is because they are possibly a twin flame. Okay, so we have, there is the flame inside your heart, a light that stems from the dawn of time. Ancient love and ancient knowledge are being rekindled. Yeah, that premonition, that ancient knowledge is being brought back. So keep a dream journal if you can. It may have to do with the kitchen. The color red may be very prominent in the dream as well. Could have this man in it. Could have you on stage as well with this honoring path here. So it says, close your eyes, connect with and feel the loving wisdom you hold. Let it flow out from your heart and transform your life. Oh, so that's so beautiful, ancient knowledge. Yeah. So you're awakening to some type of ancient knowledge here. Twin flames are awakening to their purpose. There is a flame in your heart, so there could be definitely a twin flame situation going on here. It does not have to be, though. Then we have the Nine of Fire. This is reversed. This is the Nine of Wands. Excuse me. And this is the kind of giving up card. This is somebody who's fought too long, who's being forced to put down the burdens. But has a lot of passion nonetheless. So maybe you had to put your swords down, or that's what you're being asked to do, this guarded heart, and let love in, because the Ace of Water is here, which is the Ace of Cups, but it's not like this. It's sideways. So that to me says that you're possibly trying to struggle with the decision about letting someone into your heart. Okay. With good reason. I understand that. I see the trust issues here, and that makes perfect sense, especially if this person's hurt you in the past. Okay, so it says falling in love or the resurgence of relationships, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, a new home. Oh, yeah. So this card talks about new homes, okay, and moving possibly to a new location. Oh, goodness. Is that like really dark now? Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Okay. A little better. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So I feel like there's definitely, and I want to put it upright. I want you to choose that love, okay? Let it in, because everybody is a lesson, okay? So Spirit's going to try to teach you a lesson with that person. And if you're blocking it, the rest of your abundance can't come in. Because here's what comes next. We have the Queen of Earth, which could very much be your energy. Like I said, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Or you could have it heavy in your chart. But it's an energy of being creative and warm. And the Queen of Pentacles to me is... she could be a businesswoman. She could own her own business or own a family business. That could be the case too. Queen of Pentacles is confident. Queen of Pentacles knows her worth. Queen of Pentacles is normally grounded, okay, but thoughtful, very creative, warm, and kind, okay? So this is that Queen of Earth energy that, like, when the water comes in, then the Queen of Earth can be kind of, let the water run over you is what I'm hearing, and let it soak into who you are in order to bring there's some type of balance. You could also be a student, okay? We have the Page of Earth, okay? Or you could have a son who's an earth sign as well. Scholarly, dependable, patient, successful, or a daughter. They may be like 16. They could also be graduating. This could be something to do with school, or it could be you that's in school. And if you've been thinking about going back to school, especially if you're a Leo, because we have Leo here, yeah, right underneath it. Queen of Fire, with it being the essence being Leo. But again, we had fire here with the red card, and then the 9 of Fire reversed, so we do have fire going on as well. So that Queen of Fire is here. Timing is during the summer from July 22nd to August 21st. So you may be going back to school during this, or you may be a teacher. And then there's, of course, like graduating and figuring out what colleges and schools and whatever, that might be it. Or you're thinking about going back to school, and if you'll have enough money to do so, with like student loans and things like that. The timing is 7 to 14 days. So this person, that could be you too. You could have fire as well. Obviously everybody has different ones in their chart. So it says generous, hospitable, creative, caring, warm, authoritative, open, active, languid, determined. And it's basically, the card itself at the bottom says strength. Which is Leo, so that's why it's heavy on the Leo. But it could be all fire signs. But it's talking about like your passion, something you may be getting your strength up in order to go to college, or to send your child off to college. But it looks like you'll have enough money to do so with that 6 of Earth. It's not going to be a lot, but it's going to be a balanced number. So it's like, you're a little over halfway there when we think of 6 to, being on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so it says gifts of money, time, or effort. And this might be what you're instilling in your children, is to do these things, and you're going to do them possibly with them if you have kids. New career opportunities, yeah. Receiving a loan or paying off debts, yeah, that could be it as well. Could be a small loan, yeah. With that Page of Earth, I do, now that I see that with the 6 of Earth, I can see that as also being a loan. You may be getting a loan, okay. And they're saying that, that's very possible you'll get that loan. Very cool. Okay, and we've got the compass here. Okay, so this is like it, what a compass is going to show you what direction you need to go to. Maybe trying to figure out what direction to go in. Okay. Now that you may have given up on one direction, decided to go in a completely new one in your life. That could be it too, because we have discovery, life path, seeking truth. We have, truth again. Direction, find your way, make a plan, and explore. Yeah, and then we got the sun. So the sun is also a Leoan card here as well, but the sun is about like a yes energy, this power that comes with this, and it's saying yes underneath this ace of water. So it's saying take that love, let it in. Okay? Let it in. Yeah, people hurt us. They super do. But as soon as you realize that might be the case, we just get better and better at weeding out all the bad ones, guys. So yeah, take this chance on this love. There's definitely something, that could be very successful here. This is also a divine masculine energy. So this king over here could be a Leo. It also talks about the daytime. So you guys may be going out in nature, like going on walks or hikes and things like that together. It's very beautiful. So then there's also, under the Queen of Earth, we've got an island here. Okay. And the island talks about foreign. So, you may live overseas. I'm in the United States, so that's possibly it. For some of you, that's the case. But there could be a separation, an estrangement, or something that's not quite come together. Maybe in this relationship, maybe it's a long distance relationship, so that could be affecting it as well. For some of you, that's the case. Others of you just feeling lonely. Yeah, I know that feeling. I super understand that feeling. And that you may be wanting this Queen of Fire with this Leo energy kind of to, you feel separated from this person possibly. Okay. Because there's two cards here, and then one goes past the Leo. We have the key. Yeah. Solution, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity, open, breakout, liberty, okay, which we have justice here, lock, unlock, and helpful. Okay, so this is kind of unlocking that Six of Earth, like you may find a solution, like it says here on that card, solution. That Six of Earth may find a financial solution to something, so that's really beautiful here. So it's saying you're going to unlock something there financially for some of you. You may also get some genius or insight to start a business. I'm also getting that as well. You may need a business loan, like a small business loan for the business. All right, and then we have the Council, which is the number 11. Very divine number, very twin flame number, as most of you know. So I'm going to look at the book here and see what they say for this card. It has some really beautiful meanings. These are the mystical shaman cards. All right, so let's see, and especially the number 11, I'm curious for myself, what that means for us as the collective. All right, so let's see. All right. The Council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. The Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Oh my gosh, and yesterday when I was about ready to do this reading, or Friday, excuse me, I was like, the writing's on the wall, and I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, haven't thought about that in a while, and then all of a sudden it's here. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Yes, take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. Yeah, there's no way to know. Yeah, that's exactly it. There's no way to know with this person, this king, or any of the other signs here. We got that Leo and that Queen of Earth or whatever here as well. Like, there's no way to know whether any relationship is going to last the test of time. We know people who are married 50 years and get divorced. People who are married, 60, 70, get divorced. Like, it does not matter. So what they're saying is like it's going to be a gamble. It's going to be a risk. Okay, but you won't know if it could be successful if you don't take that gamble and you don't grab that bull by the horns, or whatever this opportunity is. If it's not a person, you won't know until you try. And it's possible that you're going to be going overseas and visiting somebody, or they come and visit you. That could be it when everything calms down. This could also be this could be a religious thing with the boat as well, kind of like Noah's Ark. But you could also actually get some money or property or inheritance or some windfall, possibly through maybe someone who passed away overseas or something along the lines of that. So, comment below, let me know, because I'm super curious about this reading. There's so much going on here. But yeah, so remember, you needn't worry. That is the highlight of this reading. You needn't worry. Everything's going to work out, okay? And you won't know until you try, so you can't fail. I mean, I don't know how many times, I've done something and failed miserably, but still got back up and been like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out how to get this done, but I wouldn't know if I don't try. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos. You are amazing. Thank you so, 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 so much. If you would like a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. If this didn't resonate, or if you're called to another pile, I'll see you for that pile, so that's wonderful. If you would like a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. And if you don't have Facebook, you can just email me. My email address is down there as well. All right, pile 3. Dang, that was juicy. All righty. Okay, pile number 4. All right. All right, if you chose pile number 4, this really pretty pink shell, these are your messages. So, what do you need to know in quarantine? Ooh, I feel like you have 2 people that are interested in you. Yeah. Definitely. For some of you, there's definitely 2 people. Or there's one person who's just taking action to be the emperor. So that's really beautiful. Okay. Ooh. Dang. Mm. Oh, wait. Here, here. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, we've got 2 cards here. So, yeah, what do you need to focus on in quarantine? Well, first of all, they are drawing me to these first. So we have this Knight of Air, Okay. And it's positioned to go straight towards this Emperor, like this. Number 4, so 444 may mean something. Okay, so this Knight of Air is trying to take action to become the Emperor. Okay? For some of you, there's 2 different people involved. Could be air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Or we have Aries here with the Emperor. So it feels like, and then we have the Ace of Fire. Okay, so it feels like 2 people. One could be air, one could be an Aries. That's funny. So with that Knight of Air, they're very logical. They both have swords. They want to come in. One could be younger than the other. Okay. They both kind of want to come in with this Ace of Fire, like this new offer for you. So there's multiple people that you have options, basically. There's multiple people here. There's a lot of fire going on. It's a lot of fire in these whole readings, but my face is on fire right now with this one. So, yeah, definitely Aries, Leo, Sag energy coming through here big time. With that Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, changing your life for the better. This could be someone who was young and needed to grow up and now is trying to figure out how to logically take the steps to become the Emperor so that they can start something new, whether it's a career opportunity and this could be you could be identifying with a masculine energy right now. So this could be you possibly starting a new career, or them, or some type of love offer, like getting something off the ground. Okay. So, and you're free to do what you choose. It says you're free to do what you choose. So your choice is your choice, like whatever you choose. But if it's in Aries, and I'm going to call out my sign for just a minute here, because Aries, a lot of the men that I've known, Aries men, have been aggressive and abusive. So I have to say that with that Emperor right there, you could be involved with someone who, I hate to say it, guys, and like this is what came out, and I'm so sorry, but this could be for some of you. Remember, this is general, but we have relational abuse. So I really don't like that card. And I am sad to know that that's happening. So, and this may be happening to someone close to you. So see this. If somebody's telling you that it happened, they're not lying. Okay, so there may be some type of emotional, physical, sexual, or financial, or a mix of all, or just one. But the Emperor is controlling. The Emperor can be very controlling. Okay? So please be careful. And if you need help in a situation like that, you can always write me on Facebook. Okay? Yeah. And they're saying if you're in relational abuse, you need to rewrite your story. Okay. Rewrite your life story to how you would like it to be. Release, feel peace now, and do some sleep subliminals. So you may want to journal this down. You may want to write about what's going on. And that's really, really sad. And I'm so sorry. If you're dealing with someone like that, there are ways to get out safely, and you're not sure how, and you need to get help, please let me know. I'll do the best I can. My degree is in counseling, so I am, you can even shoot me like $5 and spend like 30 minutes on the phone with me, something along the lines of that, okay? If you really need that. And we have emotional intimacy. So it says healing relationship with self and inner child precedes successful relationships. Love is energy. I do believe that as well. Like, I do believe that one of the most beautiful things I've been called to do on my life path, and I share this with everyone, is to love myself more, but also to remember there was a child that didn't get certain parts of what needed to happen. So reparenting is big here. So emotional intimacy with yourself is definitely part of the path. So if you're attracting relationships like this, or this is in your life, I'm not saying there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying that there's trauma, there's unhealed trauma that may be, and they talk about it in counseling, it's a genogram, and it shows like the decisions you make and the decisions your family made, and it will show patterns a good majority of the time showing what we are drawn to. So we're drawn to those things because they were shown to us that they're okay, or we have shaky boundaries, or we never learned how to have boundaries, or our emotional state, our mental state is affected. So there's a lot that goes into it, but this is the idea of that. And so yes, absolutely, they're wanting you to rewrite that story. Please rewrite that story. You have to do it for you and your children as well, but you have the freedom to do what you choose, but in your heart the right choice, and you'll know, and in your mind. We have very third eye energy here, like extremely. Purple may be one of your favorite colors, or you're drawn to things that are purple. Blue is very big here, so throat chakra. So it says openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. So free your mind and the rest will follow. Okay? All right. So you could do third eye meditations, which is really beautiful, and you're following your intuition. And if not, they're like, okay, your intuition's right. And it says trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. Yeah. So being guided through your mind, through your intuition. Astral projection is big here, so you may work on that when you're sleeping, or it happens and you don't even know it, so that's even cooler. So you'll receive guidance in the ethereal world, in different dimensions. You're going to experience, this may be where you go when things get rough to get your inner peace. Okay, so you may be experiencing and being drawn to fish. And I'm also getting koi fish. I don't know if that's the same thing on here. Somebody should really tell me. They're cute though. So inner peace. So trying to find some inner peace that will bring your power. Like you will get your power back, and that's how you feel powerful. Like when you can get either, break free from a toxic situation, or you go into your mind to kind of break free from it, and you have to stay there. Okay? But there's some type of patience. Like you've had patience, or there's some more patience you need in order to get this inner peace, in order to change the situation. Of course, sometimes we feel powerful, okay? But wanting this freedom, okay? Yeah. You're able to let the universe energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Yeah. So just like letting it go too as well. Trying to do it peaceful. Like you just want your peace. Like I can feel this. 2 of these cards are talking about peace, peacefulness. Like, yeah, you want your power back if your light is out. Okay? And I mean your heart light. Okay? So you recognize that balance, kindness, and love brings calmness to your soul. And yeah, if you're not in that energy, or you're with somebody who's taking that from you, that's got to be super hard. And then we have divine will. Your life is unfolding in accordance with the divine will of your soul. Trust. Let go of fear and apprehension. You are protected and eternally blessed. Have patience. All manifests in perfect timing. Yeah. So it's on your divine will is happening whether you want it to or not. Like it can't be stifled anymore. Okay? Yeah. And we have letting go here. So yeah, being in that energy of being willing to let go of our expectations, of the outcome, of just letting things that maybe somehow unfold the way they're supposed to. Maybe divine's going to step in and something's going to happen. And then we have the Grail Knight. So this says romance, illusion, and seeking the sacred. So maybe letting go of somebody in order to find your own inner peace. That may be also somebody coming into your life, like a new romance. I do feel that here. Okay. So because we have an exciting event with this gong. And spiritual love. Yeah, so you could meet someone at an event. Again, I know we're obviously in quarantine, but there could be an exciting event eventually, and that's where you meet this spiritual love, okay? Or that's where you met this person if you're actually with this person currently. That's not abusive, because I'm not going to call that spiritual. That's not spiritual love. Not that they're not. I know that's a slippery slope for me, okay? So I don't, you know, I mean, yes, they can be, and they do. But the label spiritual love, I hope you understand what I mean by that. Like, that's not acting in the essence of spiritual love. And we have heartache. So heartache over what you no longer have. So yeah, your peace of mind. If you no longer have peace of mind in this situation or whatever, yeah, they're definitely saying that. Or if you lost a person or something's happened, especially if you've had to mourn the loss of like a relative recently or a friend or someone, it doesn't even matter. You lost it. It's like a completion, like a death, like an end to a cycle. Okay. So it's kind of like burying it, okay? And having heartache over what it is that, you don't have. And that's understandable, But it's time to collaborate. They want you to collaborate and work together. Okay, got 2 ants here that are like, okay, how are we going to do this? Like, how are we going to get this puzzle done? Okay, got 3 pieces here. Time to collaborate. So come together. It could be 3 people involved in this situation, like with children or something like that. I do feel with that. So time to collaborate. So wanting to collaborate, wanting to make things better. There are helpful people around you. Reach out. There's a helpful person. I'm that helpful person too, So someone wants to help you, think of whom that might be and initiate contact. So yeah, getting in contact with someone who might be able to help you with your situation, okay? Or there's helpful people around you that are helping you kind of get your inner peace, get your freedom back. Claim your power, become the emperor in a good way, and start that fire, okay? And just kind of burn down what doesn't serve you. Yeah. So what they also want you to focus on is donations, tithing, and charitable work. So it says, give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. Aww. The time, supplies, money, or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Yeah, bringing that earth energy in by time, resources, whatever it is we're giving to other people. You may be donating. You may be doing charitable work. And if you're not, those are some things they're saying like, yeah, this is the energy we need to be in right now, of course, with this crazy situation. And we have this dog. So, loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. You may have a dog with this person, but that is that energy that you're a loyal person. Maybe you have somebody coming in trying to test your loyalty when you're with someone else. Okay, that could be the case, like 2 men and 1 woman. I do feel that energy here. Whatever your dynamic. But this is also really cool because it talks about like unconditional love. So you may be married to this person because we have a church here, or this may have been where a funeral took place. If that's the case, I'm so sorry. My condolences, because yeah, that's here with that completion card, which is the sacral chakra, I believe. So yeah. So the church here is kind of like saying that there's some type of underlying values that you may align with this person with, which may lead to marriage here. There's definitely fireworks and chemistry coming through with that passion and that chemistry. We have 10 and 1, so like it's ending and starting cycles. And this is exactly what we're kind of in the middle of right now. And we have 4, 4, 4, so you might have seen that. We have 6s, so this could be with a past person too. Okay, so it's maybe somebody from the past coming back. There's fireworks and passion there, and this person's been trying to manifest you. Okay, it says alchemy, justice, balance. They may be a Libra. Okay, but they're trying to balance out this situation here. And so, this could be for those of you that are not in the, relational abuse. This could definitely be just like you rekindling something with someone else. Okay. and just kind of getting into that energy. Like they've now stepped up into a really beautiful energy. Now they have something to offer with this Ace of Fire, because we have a ring here. So ring, agreement, pact, contract. So you guys may move in together. You may form a partnership, an alliance, like commit to each other more than you were before, maybe moving in. But there's fear over this. Fear that's holding someone back, possibly when it comes to love, because that Venus is here too. So very Taurus energy. The Empress is here. So the Empress may be racked by fear about this situation, about letting go of a past person and embracing a new person, or it may be these two people come racing at her at the same time, one who's an emperor and one who's a knight of air, and they're two different ages possibly, and two different places in their lives, like of what they have to offer this Empress. That being probably you watching. I mean, I'd say most of my channel is about I'm close to 90%, I think, women. Okay, so squirrel. Yeah, so this person, and you may be trying to squirrel and hoard away things because squirrels do that. But somebody may be giving you lip service or miscommunication. There may be a miscommunication over love, or in the past there was something to do with a marriage or something along those lines where it was secret. So somebody kept something a secret possibly. About an Empress, or kept you a secret, which is whoa, that's kind of, that's not nice, obviously. So there could be that energy to it. Otherwise, it's just more of saving energy. Like this Empress is racked by fear because she's like, how are we going to save for this marriage? When are we going to get married? And if you were already planning to get married, wow, the action was there, and you have to let go of that, and be like, oh crap. And then we have music for manifesting. So I feel like if you're trying to manifest something, specifically in any way, shape, or form in your life, music will help you with that. It says to manifest rapidly. Think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. Yeah, so there's definitely that. And there's some synchronicity going on, so paying attention to that. There's dolphins here and crystals and things like that. So it says your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Yeah. Notice them in order to increase their flow. Yeah. Things around you may be seeing these numbers. You may be already kind of doing what I've already expressed here. So having patience here, realizing that there's a cause and effect to everything. Could be more logical. We have a lot of air over here. And even that Emperor even screams out has air in their chart. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. Yeah. So it's if we want to get love, we got to give it, and even when somebody acts nasty, just that. And seeing synchronistic events, you may have already had an idea that somebody was going to get married, and then you realized it, or they were going to propose to you. So that's on its way too. All right. Yeah, because the spiritual love is here in an exciting event. So I feel like that could also be somebody getting married. And somebody may have heartache over what they're losing. So they may no longer have you in this connection, especially if you're divine feminine. They're feeling really bad about that. So we have see me in their eyes. Okay. Whenever conferring with another, either face-to-face or across the miles, whether a human being, departed spirit, or sentient tree, always speak to the highest within them. It makes such a difference. Amen, the universe. P.S. Yeah, as if some trees weren't sentient. Glad you caught that. Yeah. So trying to stay in touch with people right now is probably where they want you to be. It's a very fear-based energy in this pile, though. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here. It could be awakening to your power, trying to get some inner peace, figuring out how to let go, but racked in fear of something or someone. It's crazy. But they're saying always speak to that highest, to that person as if you were speaking to the highest within them, as much as they pushing them to be better if they're not already. So, and then of course, FaceTiming and keeping in touch with them. That might be it might be a long distance relationship here. So that could be it too. Yeah. And see me in their eyes. So they kind of want you to see that they're speaking to you through everyone you encounter. And they'll kind of take over. We kind of call this like body snatching, like where someone else takes over, and we know it's kind of a witch or someone like, not witch in a bad way, but like someone who knows how to kind of, infiltrate in that way. And so, and we can kind of see when they hop into people, our other person, like our twin flame. And it's happened multiple times, like where he purposefully kind of astrally moves himself into people and then speaks through people. Or they come to me and give me like an object and it has like the initials of my twin and like all this crazy stuff on it. So like that's how crazy my life is. So, but they show me my twin and everybody. They show me all of the lessons I'm supposed to be getting. And we have this ghost dance. So they show me in all ways, and they'll show you in all ways too. So your spirit, your past over loved ones are absolutely with you. If you see stuff, if you feel stuff, you're not crazy. This is actually happening. That is like, their way of showing you. And they may be doing it just like I said. They may be kind of body hopping as a spirit and speaking through them or giving you gifts or something along those lines during that part. So let's see the ghost dance here. Let's see what that is. The number 22. All right. Yeah, very divine number. So 222. Where's my phone? Yeah. Let me get that up here. So this is from the Mystical Shaman. Very cool cards here. They're very beautiful. And it really does look like a ghost imprint on this card of this, woman, I believe. But there's a guy in the back. Do you see that? Like, I don't know if you can really see it on there, but there's a man in that picture in her background. Like a whole nother person. Yeah. Okay. So it says, the ghost dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered to you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you, and write a new story for your life. Look at that. We have write a story for your new life. And this is what we had. Rewrite your story in 2 different decks. Totally opposite. Rewrite your story. If you are trapped in a vicious cycle of nostalgia, mourning a lost youth, or opportunities missed, it is time to make an altar for the ancestors. Collect a few photos, light some incense, offer sage, and open the windows of your house to release them to their destiny and to the wind. Be wary of being snared in a relationship with someone from a past lifetime, as the people we loved or hurt have a way of reappearing in our lives. There is no learning for you there anymore. Yeah, oh goodness. So they're saying that past person, there's nothing you can learn from that person anymore. That it's time to let them go, and it's time to embrace your freedom, and that they were a lesson, so they were karmic, and so they need to be let go of. Twin flames are not included in that, what I'm saying with that, because we all know that's not really always 100% possible. So, wow, you guys, that was amazing. Yeah, don't forget your inner peace and your power right there. Yeah, it's all in your mind, honey bun. Like, yeah. And you may be escaping this, and I don't doubt it. I don't doubt this. And it may be from a person that's hurt you too. Maybe a person here that has hurt you. Also, you might want to get some mugwort, which is the rites of passage here. I looked that up on a different video, and I can't remember. I've had this card one time. It's been a long time since I used this deck. But look up that herb, and that should help some of y'all with something. I promise it. I remember having this gotten myself. So anyways, all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing, and I hope that I will see you for the next pick a card reading. If this didn't resonate, please pick a different pile. If you would like a personal reading for your specific situation, you can contact me at the link in the description box below, and if not, I will see you for the next pick a card reading. Take care.